Hey, what's going on? Stokely from Sauce on Delay. So I was looking through my stats to see, hold on one second. I'm having a shake with mango, pineapple, ginger, celery. Yeah, but you know, what's the name? Pineapple and ginger are from the same family. Anyhow, what did I want to say? I mean, it's not cheap. It costs $11, but you know, it's kind of lazy. I could make my own shakes. Anyhow, so I was looking up which one of my podcast posts had the best performance. One of my number one podcast posts is Skibbity Toilet. Skibbity Toilet is something that my son used to watch that we try not to watch anymore because it's too much negativity, too much violence. A lot of these cartoons on YouTube are very dark and mean, and they're not lighthearted and funny or whatever. This is not your Tom and Jerry. This is not your Tom and Jerry of the 1980s. This is not your Bugs Bunny of the 1980s. It tastes like they left the seeds inside the pineapple because my mouth is already getting irritated. You know, I cut my pineapples very, very carefully to make sure that I don't get the little eyes, the little seeds into it, because those things will make your mouth, will irritate your body. So, hey, here we go. So, I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to drink it anyway. I wouldn't advise anybody else to do that. But the so Litfulo is one of the posts that I spoke about, which is one of Pfizer's medications for alopecia. It's not a cure for androgenic alopecia. It's not a treatment for androgenic alopecia. It's a treatment for another type of alopecia. It's not a treatment for traction alopecia. It's for when you have an overactive immune system. It's when it's your immune system is responsible for your hair loss. That's where it acts. So it tries to block the immune response at the follicle in order to give the hair follicles a longer lifespan. What happens is that I was looking up how it basically works. And I was wondering if there were any topicals that could help, that could, be on the level of effectiveness as Litfulo, or maybe not as effective, but more plant-based, plant extract version. So Litfulo, though, is an oral medication. So it's probably not gonna work out to try to find something that acts. It's probably not gonna, work out to find something that acts in a way which there's probably unlikely an oral plant that's gonna have the same effect. Now overall, you can probably try to take anti-inflammatory foods to try to suppress your immune system, but I have a mixed feelings about that, because your immune system is trying to protect you, actually, and it detects that there's something wrong. So now it's detecting that there's something wrong. It's trying to save you, it's trying to protect you, whatever. But so suppressing it may not be the best thing. suppressing it is not necessarily, in my opinion, the best thing. Now, maybe something better is to get rid of these contaminants or these stimulants or these irritants that are causing an immune response, right? But some things we don't. There's so many things that are new on the face of the earth that we don't even know. You know what I mean? I think one thing you can do is start just using natural everything. Like a lot of people are trying to get rid of all the plastics. I saw Brian Johnson, the guy who's trying to live forever. Brian Johnson said he removed 96% of microplastics from his body, and he did that by trying to eliminate a lot of plastics from his life. Now, recently in my household, we just switched over to bamboo cooking utensils, and we just got a cast iron frying pan. So we're trying to get away from, as much as possible, try to get away from the microplastics and these forever chemicals and so on and so forth. So now going back to Litfulo now. So Litfulo, like I said, it suppresses the immune response and inflammation at the hair follicle. So I'm trying to think, well, how could you do that? How could you get a similar behavior from a topical? And then it listed a bunch of topicals, and I said, how, which were like corticosteroids, right? So applying corticosteroids topically are another treatment for immune-related alopecia. So when it comes to plants now, topical that can be topically applied that functions similar to a corticosteroids, to a topically applied corticosteroids. And I was talking to ChatGPT, well, prompting ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT said, well, it listed a bunch of ingredients, but what I took away from it were the following: colloidal oatmeal. It said what did it say, menthol, but that's in peppermint. Rosemary, and there's a leaf called Gotu Kola, GOTU-KOLA. Gotu Kola is it's just a supplement that's sold, and the supplement Gotu Kola, it kind of reminds me of ginkgo because it's known for helping your cognitive abilities and a little bit reducing inflammation and stuff like that. And so those are some of the things. I think I put it down on my Excel sheet. Hold on, I'm gonna let you know exactly the things that I took away from it, because let me see what the takeaway is. The takeaway is word that I got from it was peppermint, aloe, colloidal oatmeal. I forgot to say the aloe before. Licorice, turmeric, green tea, chamomile, and Gotu Kola. I'm surprised I even remembered that from the top of my head. Bless God for that. GOTUKOLA. Okay, so peppermint, aloe, colloidal oatmeal, licorice, turmeric, green tea, chamomile, and Gotu Kola. So those things might give you a similar, but I mean not as acute, but a similar benefit as applying a corticosteroid. I know some people get corticosteroid injected into their scalp. My cousin, he was under stress one time, and then he developed a patch in his head, and the dermatologist gave him a topical, and then it went away. But he was under stress, some relationship stress related stuff. So you got to take life easy. You got to manage stress. So look how stress can make your body attack itself. That's severe. That's crazy. But so that's the real takeaway. And I'm kind of done talking about that. So I'll just add in something else because I'm still driving. So I was the other day I was working outside and I wasn't drinking anything. I guess I was dehydrated because when I urinated, it was very dark and it had sediment in it. And it had sediment from some juice that I had just consumed. Well, actually, I consumed that juice all throughout the day. So I was alarmed. I thought it was blood, But apparently it was not, because the sediment was, it was just like, stuff from the juice that I drank. So, but, that's weird to me that these things have penetrated through my stomach, went into my intestines, go into my bloodstream, then get filtered out through the kidneys. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous that these particles survived, that whole process, and it raises a whole bunch of questions, and it sparks so much, it inspires so much thought that, you are what you eat. You know what I mean? Like your guts are really absorbing these materials. And those things are going into your blood and going out throughout your whole body, and it's bugged out. But so I'm not really gonna go too much into it because I'm already late and I'm trying to get where I'm going. So the liver produces something called serum albumin, and supposedly that's the majority of the protein in your body or something like that. So the serum albumin now is flowing around your body inside of your bloodstream, and it can be filtered sometimes through your kidneys. So my kidneys right now, my mother did a urinalysis, and it came back saying that I had a lot of protein in my urine. So that could be as a result of dehydration. That could be the result of kidney disease, which I don't have any symptoms like that. And my urine has had high protein in it for the past, at least 11 years to my knowledge. At least the past 11 years. So, I don't really see much physiological changes in what's going on with me. Like, I don't feel sick, for the most part. I mean, during the pandemic and up to maybe, January of this year, I would get a lot of flu-like symptoms, but I think that was something that everybody was going through. So that wasn't just localized just to me. So anyhow, when your kidneys aren't functioning properly, the serum albumin, which is supposed to not pass the kidney barrier, ends up passing through the kidneys barrier and going into the bladder and coming out in your urine. Right? So that is unfortunate. Sorry. That's unfortunate. So I'm trying to figure out how to repair my kidneys. So what do they recommend to repair kidneys now? Eat proteins, which is weird because I'm like, wait a minute, don't I have a protein issue with my kidney where there's too much protein in it? So what the proteins that are being released in the urine is the serum albumin. It's not the protein from your food consumption. But I find that strange because the other day I had some eggs. I boiled some eggs and ate some eggs because I'm trying to get some size on myself, try to get some mass on myself. So I boiled some eggs and I ate the egg. Later on, I smelled the egg in my urine, which would indicate still there's a filtration problem. The proteins are going right through my system. The proteins are not being absorbed and prevented from. They're not being prevented. Oh my gosh. From. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. It's not preventing the proteins from coming out in my urine. Another thing I did was I had some coffee. I drank some coffee and I urinated and I said, wait a minute, this urine smells just like the coffee. So everything is just passing right through me. And apparently coffee has some proteins in it that whatever, that have that issue. So one of the things that I think I might do, and I don't know, this is not really beneficial to me talking about this is just my personal health journey, is yes, more protein helps the kidneys, but I don't want to overload it with a bunch of proteins at the same time. I mean, if the proteins are leaking out, maybe I should eat. Well, like I said, they said it's not the dietary related proteins that are the issue. It's the serum albumin, and I don't think I have a low serum albumin because according to what I'm hearing, if I had low serum albumin, I would have high blood pressure. Low serum albumin would cause high blood pressure, and I don't have high blood pressure to my understanding. I just did a biometric screening, and I'm pretty much in good health right now. According to the parameters that they're looking at. They're not looking at they're not looking at everything, Anyhow, I'm at work now, so, well, I'm about to go I'm at work, basically. But I thank you for listening, and take care of yourself.